I'd like to tell you a story. This is a story about my church. My brother and I were 4 years old when LaunchPoint started. We had roughly 20 people on our launch team, including all of us kids. After an incredible first Sunday, we settled in with about 50 people and continued to build from there. In year 2, we added a second service, averaging 100 people. God was so faithful in those early years, providing the right people at the right time, and making sure we never had to worry about finances as a church. About that time, the housing market jumped dramatically, leaving many people with rent they couldn't afford, while others had equity in their homes, allowing them to sell their house to buy a new home free and clear. And just like that, 15 contributing families move away during that time. It led to 3 years of downward momentum, our low point being in early 2018, when we had only 34 people in attendance. But in 2019, we saw God's faithfulness and we began growing once again. We were ready for a spiritual breakthrough. But, of course, COVID hit us hard. I still remember fondly our worship team gathering in my house and my dad preaching in our living room as we streamed services online. When we came back to weekly in-person services in June of 2021, we had around 30 people. But the thing is, God never abandons His people. He strengthened us, and we grew slowly but steadily. Our momentum allowed us to move into a new facility here at Parkview. This is where we jumped from 50 people on average to 70 this past year. Despite all that has happened, we've been able to help start 6 other churches in places like Ontario, Corona, LA, Oakland, Boise, and Ecuador. We have baptized countless men and women, young and old alike. We've seen people with mere weeks left to live fully commit to Jesus. We even had former gang members and police officers getting baptized, one after the other. We saw adults come to Jesus, then turn right back around and baptize their own children. In this journey, we've seen well over 100 people immersed in the name and mighty power of Jesus. And today, we are on the verge of God revealing what His faithfulness will look like in an entirely new decade for His church.